shall we start now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so first of all, I want to congratulate you for winning IEEE RAS VIT Hackathon. And along with that, you also win previous hackathon. I saw a post on your LinkedIn profile, 1.2 lakh rupees of goodies you'll get from Ashok University. So you guys are definitely, I'm sure, master of hackathons because you visit so many hackathons, and I met you with the new hacks and trendy in VIT. So definitely, I'm not that much experience. I'm just in first year, and you guys are more experienced. And I also do not have, you know, uh, like-minded people. So many around me actually. So I want to ask some questions from you. I have total 9 questions, and these all questions regarding to hackathon. So please, according to your experience, please give the relevant answer as much as you can. Okay. So shall we start with the first question? Okay. What is exactly a hackathon? It means there are hackathons which are related to competitive coding organized by companies. Recently, a competition coding competition also organized by Agoda on D2C. So this is one kind of hackathon, and other kind of hackathons like where you have to develop a solution in the form of software, or you can represent a PowerPoint presentation. So how do you define a hackathon? Is there any please?
Okay, so let me just start with it. So hackathon is something. It's like a competition. So many of the hackathons they have a problem statement. So they give you problem statement like regarding they give you tracks like education, healthcare, or e-commerce or something. Now people they come in teams or they you can also participate in like a single person. Now you have to come up with a project like a prototype for the regarding track. Like if you are making health track, so what problem can you solve which is in public, which is really a problem. So to solve that problem, you come up with an idea. You make a prototype. It's never needed to make a full project for an hackathon. It's the I think the mentors, from my experience, I think the mentors they basically see what's your thought point, which tech stack you are using, and how much reliable is the idea on which you are working. So yeah, I think a hackathon is something in which you make a project or a prototype, something which can solve a problem.
So, is there any extra point there you want to add, or Abhishek you want to add in this?
Yeah, yeah. So sometimes what happens is like when a big organization organizes some kind of a hackathon, so there is a lot of registration coming in, and lots of folks wants to participate in that hackathon. So what generally company does is they conduct a small coding test, which could consist of basically maybe a coding contest or maybe MCQ round before that hackathon to filter out some students. There are some past hackathons like Microsoft Engage that was something like this. It's not actually a mentorship program, but it could be like something. And Flipkart Grid also. These are some hackathons and contests. Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, this is what about what is exactly hackathon. You guys defined it in a very well manner. So, now, first of all, you have a team. You won so many hackathons. So, what is the individual role you have? Means Kanika has some role in the team, and Abhishek you also have, and Jaya also you have some role. So, what is the role? Can you guys explain it? Please explain.
Okay,
How do you
so I'll
actually define?
start with it. So I worked on the front end part. Like till now, I have expertise in front end. So I worked on front end part of these projects which we won in hackathon. Like so, I used React.js and also the HTML and CSS like basic template for different projects. Like some with React and some goes with only the template method. Like uh, there's a lot of things like we can't collaborate with like Python and React. Like it's quite complicated. We have to define a separate database. So in that case, I use templates, but for normal projects, I use React.js. So yeah.
Okay, React is definitely React is on the top stack of every front end developer.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your role, Abhishek?
So I am doing the backend stuff, all the Python stuff I'm doing. So me and Kanika both divides the parts of all the things equally, and we just do back end uh,
Yeah, actually,
database and all things.
yeah, we did struggle a lot in working for the backend part, like figuring out the angles and then rendering it on the server. So the backend was done by both of us. Like we used to divide the work.
Okay, okay, okay. So, if you guys need a machine learning engineer for any kind of a project in future project, how do you actually, inaugurate a extra person in your team? A kind of a blockchain engineer. If there is any some future hackathon comes where you need that technology.
So we did get some feedbacks like how we can incorporate AR VR in our project. So and also machine learning because because our project, the personal AI yoga trainer, it actually depends on accuracy. The more the accuracy will be, the more best the project will be. So we do will need in future ML expert or something. So I think it would be easy for us to incorporate a person. We can make him understand that what's our whole idea, what's our whole perspective, and also we're also trying for AR, VR, and stuff. So yeah.
Okay, so actually, I want to add one more extra point. If you guys do not want to add someone else in your team, instead of that, you guys learn about machine learning yourself. You have a time, you have a 1 month period. How about that? If something you learn, because it is not always good to add someone else in your team, because already existing team you have, there is a might some when it comes to reality, there is a chance of clauses in the team. So how do you actually think about this?
Actually, till now, our basic plan is like if we want to add something like some new technology, so we'll first try to learn that technology and then try to implement it. But we never know, like it's not like that we will learn that technology in the limited period of time. So if we are in a hurry, then maybe we can look out for someone who can add some value to our project related to that technology. But if not, then like if we have sufficient time to learn, then we will definitely learn that thing and will implement that in future.
Okay, so there is one more question which always, a fresher person who introduced with hackathons. There's a problem with the first year students that they do not find like-minded people in the college. You have a very good team. How is someone who do not have any good team and who himself actually know HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, like these basic technologies, but how that guy actually formed a team and tried to, take participation in hackathons, because it is 100% necessary that. It is a very high probability that that team will lose the hackathons, first 2 or 3 hackathons, because that's the reality. But how someone actually gets started with this, a single person, how?
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
what?
actually, yeah, Abhishek, please.
Yeah, yeah. So I have been participating in hackathons from the first year itself. So initially I didn't know anyone in the college, like not a single person. So what I did is I tied up with my school friends. So this is what I have done in my first year. When I came to second year, like I knew some of the people are doing these kinds of things, but I didn't know like I have to include them or not. Like there is some uncertainty in your mind that should you include them, should you ask them or not. So I was like in my case, like my friends were doing all of these great things, and I found them. But in general case, what you can do is like in college, what like most of the people do extra co-curricular activities, and they have some expertise in any tech stack. So you can always look from people like from other section, maybe from you can also like ask from senior, like they would be more than happy to help you. So this is how you can expand your network so that you can accommodate more people in your team.
And there's one
Okay,
more
so I think,
point I would
yeah,
like to add.
sure.
You can look out for people on social platforms like on GitHub, LinkedIn, and Tech Twitter.
Definitely.
Oh yeah,
Like
that.
there are many people out there who work in some specific technology. So if you connect with them and try to convince them to like let's work on a project, then that is also good.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
so yeah. Is there any extra point you guys want to add? Kanika, want to
Yeah.
start with this?
Uh, yeah, I wanted to add that I think it's very important that you show what you do. Whatever you are doing, just maintain your GitHub profile, maintain your Twitter tag, and maintain LinkedIn profile. Like you are generally updating your projects on which project you are working. I think people they kind of there are people who have difficulty in finding like team members and stuff. They usually go to their LinkedIn profile or their GitHub profile. I myself, whenever I need to make a judgment for a person, I do check out their GitHub profile and do like how many contributions are there, which projects on there are working. So I think updating these projects on GitHub would really help, and people will actually come to you and ask you for to like offer you work. So yeah.
Okay, okay. So one more extra point. This is a very common problem. I think most of the team face this problem. So the problem is when new team is formed. Obviously, not experts are in that team. Very beginners who start learn about tech stuff. They are there, but there is someone in the team who thought himself or herself smart, or in reality that guy is smart or fast. Very fast adapt technology. How that kind of guy actually adapt with the person who is actually weak but still in a team. This kind of problems team faces. So how this actually works?
Okay.
To answer
So
it.
yeah. So what generally happens is
So
like most of the teams have this kind of situation. Like there would be a one person who would be knowing most of the things, and you could be new to the team and you only know the basic stuff. So what you can do is you can always learn it side by side. Suppose someone is working on React and you only know HTML CSS. That team wants to have their project in React, so you can actually learn it side by side of that project and build that implement that thing in project. So this is how you should always go, like learn side by side and implement it.
okay, okay. So now you visited so many hackathons. You took participation in so many hackathons. So what is the main learning you guys have from those hackathons? Uh, can you please elaborate? Because you know tech stack, but apart from that tech stack, you met with I think so many different kind of peoples. Recently, you met with some peoples from Tamil Nadu as well. So, what do you think? What kind of learning you actually get from those?
I think, as you said, that tech stack is something which we all know. But I think from the hackathons, I have learned that your idea should also have a business model. I think it's very important. You just come up with an idea and you make a project. That's not enough. When the mentors, if they think that your idea is reliable, it is practical, so that it could be used in real life. I think you have to make, whenever you come up with an idea, just make sure that you also have kind of a business model or a strategic model, that you know that how this can be used in real life. So because hackathons, mentors in the hackathons, they do find those projects more interesting if they have a strong business model also. So that's for me.
Yeah, this
Okay,
is the
so
one point like most of the mentors do check out. Like it's hackathon is not only about that project, but mentors are looking to have a business model out of it. How you will actually earn money from it. So taking that and explaining these things to the mentors would surely add a great point towards your hackathon winning thing.
And I
okay,
would also like
uh,
to add,
yeah,
it's like don't hesitate of like don't get fear of losing. There's nothing wrong in losing. We also lost many hackathons before we finally won one. So just try to gain as more as experience, like more experience as you can, because experience is what that going to help you in future to win a hackathon.
okay. So, what do you think? We went for a hacks and we find some organizers. They got internship in Lois. So, how a hackathon actually help students to grab the opportunity for getting the internship and job in top companies? How do you define this, or would you plan for
Okay.
getting an
So
internship through
what
hackathon?
what actually happens is like when you present your skills to in all the project, So suppose you are having a front end skill and you develop front end of the project, and you have made a like beautiful UI. So what generally happen is like the mentors or the sponsors see like how beautiful you have made, how well structured it is. So they generally tend to ask like who have made this, which member has made this, or which team has made this particular project, and they seems to be more interested in your work more than your project sometimes. So this is how they are interested in you more than your project and your skills. So this is like one time what happened is like in our college, the Smart India Hackathon internally that was happening, and we made a project and a prototype. So in that thing, I made a whole front end. So that was having a like a beautiful UI. So the mentor asked me to like who made this UI. So like teammate said that like he made the UI and he is the person. So he on the spot says that like we have openings in our company. You can always apply and reach out to me. I will surely help out. So sometimes they give opportunity direct if they are at big position, and if they generally like your skills, they offer you like a referral kind of a thing or a small favor so that it can be easy for you to have something like that.
Okay. So there are so many hackathons going on around the world, but some of the hackathons are really very prestigious. So do you know some of the hackathons that are really very prestigious? The upcoming hackathon organized by Microsoft, I think Microsoft Imagine Cup.
Imagine.
So do you guys register for that?
Yeah, yeah. So that's the hackathon which is organized by Microsoft at world level. So most of the companies do have the hackathon, which is actually a world level hackathon, and students from different countries do participate in that. I personally haven't participated in any of the international hackathons, so I don't have much idea about it, but they are pretty good and amazing.
Like we would love to participate in those hackathons, but the thing is that there's also a part of tracks. Like if they do have tracks which are related to our project, like the healthcare or something, then we could definitely take part and like make a project at more that level. So it depends on the tracks also. There was this hackathon that was organized by Bajaj Finance, and it was a really good one. It was organized in Pune, and it had a very good, like, it was a very nice and big hackathon. But we did apply for it, but the thing was that the track was not available for us. There were no health related tracks, so we couldn't. But yeah, I think it depends on the tracks as well.
Okay, okay. So, there is a time when people lose hackathons as well, because you're not always winning. So, what are the learnings you get after losing a hackathon? Because even an expert also lose hackathons. And everyone is not winning hackathon because there is a team in hacks who actually won more than 15 hackathons and get an achievement of more than 75 lakhs. So, they also said they lose the hackathons. Too many hackathons they lose. So, what are the learnings they grab from the hackathons? And those actually hackathons are actually different from each other. As I experienced, I'm not really very experienced, but I saw I experienced at NOX is different, and from VIT it is also different. So, after losing, what kind of experience you get from all these different scenarios?
Okay, so I want to make a point that as we participated in InnoHacks, that was our first offline hackathon, and that was the first time we were presenting our project. And the moment we, during the hackathon, we were having a lot of hopes because the mentors were liking our idea. They were liking the whole UI of the project. They were praising us for the idea we have and the working of it. So we were a little sure that I think that we thought that we could win it. But the moment we lost the hackathon, we did a chat with all of us, and then we thought that the I think there were many things. First of all, our UI was not completed. There were some changes which was on the final stage. So our UI was kind of disturbed because of that. And then our backend also, there was some work that was incomplete. So I think learnings that we took from that is to have a strong plan. to divide the things mostly because there were a lot of work that was incomplete. So yeah, I think organizing it and being scheduling it in the right manner, like assigning work to all of them, I think that would be a great learning.
Thank you very much. And along with this, you visited so many hackathons. Do you guys organize any hackathon previously or
Not yet.
anytime you
We would love to.
We would like
We
सिर्फ
would
लेते
love
हैं,
to. Yeah.
सिर्फ लेते हैं, देते नहीं हैं. So, when you apply for a company, for a job or internship, they ask for the projects. So, hackathons really help for giving you the answer when HR asks, "Do you have any projects?" So you said, "Yes, I have projects. I won these hackathons." So, the hackathons, the project we submitted in hackathons are really very helpful than the projects we made and just push on GitHub.
Actually, we all have different projects that we work personally on, but the project that we took to a hackathon and fortunately win that hackathon. So those projects make more impact on the HR. Like, yeah, it's a project and it's working really nice, and it has also won a hackathon. So that impacts a lot.
So, what do you guys think? What exactly, a kind of a mindset needed? Because I think, you cannot learn everything. And if you think, if you start with learning, you took maybe 5 courses for just a same concept. You took 5 courses of machine learning, but you never, felt confident about that. Whenever you saw a new hackathon organized on Kaggle or on D2C, that hackathon niches they actually posted a niche in some way that it is always seems new to you. So, how a new person or even an experienced person have some hesitation that they would win or they do not win? So, how actually this kind of hesitation removed by the time? What is your experience about this?
So we all three are merge stack developers. We all in the web development phase. We have never tried Python and Python related technologies earlier. I think we were very lucky enough that me and Abhishek was once talking about the project because all three of us, they wanted to learn something which is a little different from our web development. We wanted to learn ML and we wanted to make a step towards like webcam stuff and OpenCV and these kind of libraries. So we discussed that what can be done, what are the ideas, and then we came with a little idea with this one. And then slowly and slowly there were new points that were added to the project. So let's do this, and then because to make your point, we all three are beginners in this technology, all three of us, but Stack Overflow, YouTube, and all Google. I think these were the sources. We learned little things, and then we reached with some kind of a prototype for our project.
I think this is a very important point. When you don't know something, you have to research on Stack Overflow on YouTube or Google. This will help. Yes, definitely. I'm working on an Android application. I also don't know so many things, so I just Stack Overflow. This is a very,
Yeah,
Java is very hectic. So,
all the best to you for that.
thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, can you please tell me about your project? You have a project, on yoga, I think, on health. Can you please define your project? What kind of project you have? Can you please elaborate? So, that project definitely helped you in winning so many hackathons. So, can you please tell how actually what is kind of project you built?
Okay, just say.
So you have the
Yeah.
expertise in that.
Okay, so let me just
Only
explain you.
Shanika gives.
Yeah, it's very simple. So it's something it's very important to have a right posture when you are performing yoga or performing any exercise, because yoga will benefit you only if you do it in the right posture. The disadvantages of it are torn muscles and back pain and stuff. So what our project or what our work does is that a user will be standing in front of the webcam and he will be performing the yoga asanas. Now we have used the library media pipe which will detect the angles between the body points. So there will be angle for your right arm, right leg, left arm, left leg. Now those angles, on the basis of those angles, accuracy would be generated, which we have an algorithm defined in our project. Now, on the basis of those accuracy, there will be charts and the graphs that will be presented for the user. So it also has like it will the voice assistant which we have in our project, which will be incorporating. It will guide the user at real time that your right arm is not correct or your left arm is not correct, and align yourself. So in this way, you will be guided to do your to do your yoga asana in the right posture. And we do have some more features. So, guys, you want to tell about them?
Okay,
Yeah.
so
So
Jaya and Abhishek.
yeah. So we do also have a reward system. Like we maintain a streak on GitHub and something like that. So there would be a streak system in our app too. That every day the user logins and performs some activity like doing a yoga or completing a whole track. There would be award and points based upon that, and from that points, user can purchase and have some coupons so that he would avail discount on any products.
Yep.
And so I have worked on the front end part of the project. So I've tried my best to make it more simpler. Yoga will be performed by the older people, like our grandparents also. So I have tried to make the UI as simple as I can, so that it don't complicate things for them. Like they are not very expert in using laptop or phone, so they just with a single click they can do their work what they want to do.
Okay. So, would you guys look forward for registering in Microsoft Imagine Cup, or you already registered?
So, in past few days, I have checked the site of that, but it was not actually open in our region, like India region. I don't know if it's open like now, but we would definitely like to go there and represent our project.
Okay. So, yeah. Uh, so, definitely, is there anyone who's saying something? No. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you for coming here. And I know time is very precious. You guys give me time. It is really worth it, and it means a lot to me actually. Thank you very much, guys. I heartily thankful to all of you for sharing your experience about hackathon. It really helped me. I'm also, your junior, and that's it for today. I think so. And thank you again. I heartily thankful to Kanika and Abhishek and Jay as well. Thank you, three of you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you
I
so
think
much.
I say bye bye to all of you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Uh,